So I reiterate here, the bill is dead.
The story of this great city is about the years before this night. We are free!
Hey everybody, it's a new episode of Ho Ho Hong Kong. I'm your host, Mohammed Magdi, sitting here with an equally good-looking co-host.
Louey.
There you go.
Yeah.
And he's back on the podcast. It's now hijacked by a gross couple who post about their photos, their stuff. Like, look at us being online.
Yeah,
somewhere.
or as one of your friends said, you've done so many photo shoots.
Oh, yeah. What was that about?
I think it's just she's seen Instagram posts and
Yeah, but
called
that's
them
mostly
photo
you.
shoots.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. And also, it's good like to have you because you're very active online, and then I can just repost your stuff.
Yeah, although I feel really bad currently. I haven't uploaded any of our holiday photos to the Google Drive so
Yes.
that you can post some stuff. So I've had a monopoly on the content.
I would like some photos, please. And we are currently, as you're listening, we're currently in Taiwan. We're just doing shows there. You'll hear about it when we're back, I'm sure.
Well,
But
we
for
haven't
now-
even flown out yet. Whoa.
Yeah,
We're
I
making
know.
a
We're
prediction
recording from
in
the
the
past.
future. We're
Yeah.
recording from the past and the future.
Yeah, so on the Taiwan news, right before we're recording in Hong Kong before we flew out, but from the Taiwan news, the booker, so a friend of mine in Taiwan, said, hey, very relevant local news story. You'll hear about it at the shows. Basically, what happened is that today the government sent out a presidential alert to everyone's cell phone, which is usually reserved for earthquake warnings, etc. Time out here. We had that in Hong Kong about 2 years ago. And we were joking about, we had a whole episode about it because most people, did you know about that? Your phones, the company can basically override your phone.
Yes.
And make it go bananas. It starts screaming at the...
Oh, okay. No, we don't have this.
It's fucking nuts. Like, I didn't know. I literally threw my phone away when it happened because it just like overrides it in case of like emergency of sorts, like crazy emergency. Turns out back then, actually in Hong Kong, what happened is that it was a test.
So your phone just starts making a noise you've never heard before.
Yes,
like
that is correct.
screaming.
Screaming
and
noises.
everyone's doing it.
Everyone in the city had that, and the episode, I think if you scroll back like a year or two ago, it's like everyone's phones give them a heart attack.
But does it send you a message along with it? 'Cause
Yeah.
Is there
It
an
gives you a message
explanation?
like a kind of like a sci-fi movie when the whole screen turns to like...
Oh my God.
It's
Yeah.
terrifying, and everyone looked it up. Turns out it is a function for all networks all over the world. You can just
Ah.
override it in case they tell you like aliens are coming or whatever.
Wow, you
But-
could really muck around with people like that.
Yep. And in a classic Hong Kong fashion, they went like, oh yeah, we were testing the system to see if it works with no warning.
Oh dear.
So anyway, apparently they in Taiwan got that, and
Yeah.
it said presidential alert to everyone's cell phone. So they
With the
used
screaming, do you know if they...
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the whole
With the
thing?
alert
Oh, okay.
thing.
Because I thought this was just like in Australia, we have texts that go, someone's missing, and you get a little text with a
Well,
description
apparently our
of them.
American friends told us, yes, they are more used to it there because they do it locally to notify people if someone is missing.
Yeah.
Or if there's like a pedophile
criminal on the
or
loose.
something.
Yes, yes.
Exactly. So
I mean, that would be bad if you got both at once. There's a pedophile on the loose and a missing child.
So, yeah, when we had the episode, our American friends went, oh, yeah, we know that. We have never heard of it in Hong Kong. So, to continue the Taiwan story, basically, they said, they sent the presidential alert. Seems inappropriate use of that alert, too, because they're just saying there's a satellite, but it gets worse. Because the Chinese version of the word for the word said was satellite launch. So, everyone watch out for falling debris. That was the alert. Which actually, now I take it back. It might be appropriate use. Doesn't matter. The English version, however, mistranslated satellite to missile. So all the foreigners in Taiwan got a text saying China was going to fly an overhead missile.
Oh, God.
So that's on the local news of Taiwan. You have been now in Hong Kong for a couple of weeks. This is the first time you kind of live in Hong Kong, right?
Yeah, am I living?
Well, extended period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how you're asking me. That's like, can I live here?
Oh,
Like,
well, I mean, you know, we keep saying we'll do the fun stuff later. So
Yes.
it's like, I feel like I'm postponing the cool living part of it. Like, yeah, adventures, you know.
Yeah.
Mostly we've been at home doing work, walking the dog,
Yeah.
eating toast. You know, like, is that a life?
Well, that's kind of what I want you to experience. Just like, I don't want you to think you're like a tourist forever.
That's true. I
Yeah.
think people back home think I'm holidaying permanently now because it's going to, as people re-enter the working year, I'm still here until the end of the month. So
Right.
it just looks like I am perpetually holidaying until the end of time.
Right.
Which is kind of why I also posted yesterday that I'm doing a bunch of shows as well. Like, I'm also working.
Yeah.
So I think the city's great. The weather's been good. It hasn't rained at all since I've come.
This is,
A month ago. Yeah.
Yeah, we are in Hong Kong are obsessed with records. We love records here, but they're mostly useless ones. So like they said, SCMP also, just like whenever they have a slow news day, they're like, this has been the longest hour for the last 4 hours. More at 7. And it's like, all right, thank you, SCMP.
Yeah, because it was the hottest New Year's.
Correct. Yeah.
Record since 18 something.
Which I feel like, yes, it's a cool fact or whatever, but it's like also I can live without it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You studied journalism, right?
Yeah. You got to find... Well, this is what I find fascinating as well with... like Australian country towns also have a record for absolutely anything.
Yeah.
Like I went to one recently that was the highest town in Australia, which is different to highest city. Which is different to highest, village or whatever.
Yeah.
So they all have like something, which will be the best country pie above 500 meters sea level. You got to lean into your niche, and Hong Kong is finding that, and that's great.
But then with our news, it's also like I feel like for the rest of the world, they see our news, and it's a lot of it is like, yeah, this has been the longest minute in a minute or whatever. And they're like, yeah, these people are very like privileged and have no real problems, which is kind of true.
Yeah.
But then you also have the extreme, which is like the other big news story that was out a few months ago was like this lady, a model, who they found different parts of her in a soup, in different pots of soup in a village house, like, out in Saikonga or whatever. And maybe somewhere in Fanling, somewhere in new territories. And that's the other extreme. Also, spoiler alert, she's dead. Because I realized why, as I'm saying it, that like they found different parts of her, and it makes me think that she went and reported it, but no, she was.
Oh, dead. Okay. Like, hey, that's my toe. Can I have it back?
Yeah. But no, they found different parts of her. She was not there.
I mean, as gruesome as it sounds, I'm like, quite hooked on that. I think if there isn't already a true crime podcast for Hong Kong, we need to start one.
No, yeah, we should start one. I agree with that.
But how many more crimes would we have? Is that like the end of it?
Yeah, it's literally one of the lowest crime rates, like in terms of like murder and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we have like, financial crimes or whatever, but like in terms of like safe, like Hong Kong is literally probably the safest city in the world with like, Singapore and a couple of other like very privileged places.
Yeah.
But you compare it to like, I saw something, speaking of stats, I saw something from the US when it says like New York had the lowest like homicide rate for the last like 10 years. And it's like 2,000 people a day still.
Holy shit.
It's like, all right.
Yeah, soon enough, the podcast, we'll have one episode on the lady in the soup. And then episode 2 would be person walks out of restaurant, forgot to pay. Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
Start the press.
Now a word from our sponsor. Is he using his octopus card?
Yeah.
Octopus gets you places quickly.
Never forget to pay when you have octopus. The signs are everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, this is great to remind myself that we have something more similar to like the real news, because I was in China watching their news, which my uncle never misses. Like he has to watch news every day.
Oh my God.
Which I find fascinating because I watch the news every day with him. I'm like, this isn't news, but he's like fully like hooked, as if every day there's going to be something like completely out of this world. Like whereas I'm watching it, like all the graphs, like they all go up.
Yeah.
Like all the graphs about economy, they're all going up with like lots of money, coins. Like,
it did feel very much like a Black Mirror episode. I sat next to your uncle watching the news, and after 5 minutes, I actually felt like parts of my soul dying.
Yes, yeah.
I'm like, this is very like almost dystopian.
Yeah, well, I mean, I figured the safest things to report on are weather. Like if there's been a snowstorm, you're like, okay, we got 5 days of news here. Like fantastic, because weather is not political.
And it's also not something, I mean, you think it's not political, but
on the surface. But then it was like, look how many people we've rescued. I'm like, okay, here comes the politics. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we were hooked on, ice truckers in a hotel room in Indonesia. So I can see how, like, I was
Speak
pretty
for
gripped.
yourself. I was writing jokes looking at it.
No, we were like, oh no, is that barrel of salmon going to make it? We're like, no.
I mean, how good is that show, honestly?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, it's really like, I'm sure like our American, because it's been running forever. Like our American friends are like, yeah, like we know.
Yeah, we know.
But for me, it's like such
Yeah, I've
like
never
a novel.
watched it
It's
before.
so good.
Just about cars stuck on mountains. Well, huge trucks
Yeah.
stuck on icy roads.
Ice road truckers or whatever. But okay, so your impressions of Hong Kong. So yeah, now you're kind of living here. What do you think?
I like that everyone walks. There's trains that work, but if you want to save money, you can just walk the same
Yeah.
way pretty much, unless you're going far.
Also, like a little note here, we are very much in the expat bubble of Wan Chai to Kennedy Town. Just like, to explain to people. Because people be like, yeah, it's a walk-friendly city, but at the same
Yeah.
time, there is also, most of Hong Kong is not where we are.
Yes.
Most of
yes.
Hong Kong is people taking a bus for 45 minutes to work and stuff. So,
Yeah,
you can't
fair.
particularly walk across the harbor either. I tried. I was going to drown. So it's not a good idea. Yeah.
I see. Well, all the places we've needed to go,
Yes.
mostly walking. I've never done so much walking in my life. I'm averaging like 13 to 15,000 steps a day.
You are welcome. You owe that to me and the dog.
Because I don't walk. Back home, I don't walk. I haven't walked since lockdown.
Melbourne is so flat too. Why are you not walking?
The distances are too far. Like, they're just too far.
Then leave home early.
You want to walk like 20 kilometers across to the other side of
Not
town?
particularly, but you can walk to like a farther train station and then take the train.
I've never heard anything more disgusting. What? Anyone who's, even Andy
You're
will...
self-employed. Like you can time yourself that you're like, all right, I'm just gonna walk for an hour, then go to my destination.
No. I don't walk unless it is... I don't walk. But like Andy, the previous co-host of the podcast, told you that Melbourne is a driving city. And you've seen it.
Yeah,
like, you need
it
a
is.
car.
But like, yeah, but how about no? Just like, like walking is it's good for you. And in Hong Kong, we love walking.
Yeah, it's not for exercise at all. Like, I get a little bit of incidental walking here and there, but you saw my health stats on my iPhone. One of the days recently, I did 263 steps.
Which is, by the way, should be a crime. Like people like this is where like I'm really for full dictatorship. Like if your phone records that at midnight, they should come and get you and make you walk before you go to bed. Like two actual government like police
it's like,
officers.
go put a tracksuit on, we're going.
We're going, and then they just walk you around the block, and then you hit 10,000, and they just like let you walk back. I actually think totally for that. I should like if someone is listening from the government, some people do, and then they should take that proposal, and I will be like,
I think it's more common than you think. I reckon you should ask people how many steps are they doing a day.
we listeners write in. Please let us know your average walking stats because this lazy bum next to me thinks it's okay to have 200 steps a day.
Well, it stays low because I like to go to the gym, and that's exercise.
See, that's nuts. The fact that you have free walking, like you're not living in like whatever San Francisco where it's like really all uphill and stuff. Like you are living in a very flat city, and to not walk and then pay money to go walk indoors.
I'm not walking in there.
You are on the treadmill.
I'm not on the treadmill.
No, forget about that. I'm saying the average person, maybe not you, but like most people
I feel like
who don't walk.
you shouldn't be paying to walk on a treadmill.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, but you can be paying to run on a treadmill because the weather conditions outside aren't good.
I understand that too. But a lot of people are literally getting their steps. Like you hear that, like, oh, I have to start by getting my steps in. I'm like, go walk outside, you fuck. What is the point? The weather is great.
I'm with you. You. If you're going there to walk, also because it's so artificial. Like when you get off the treadmill, you get that funny, like bouncy kind of feeling.
Yeah.
And I think you should just do that outdoors. That's your body telling you you weren't made for this.
Yeah. So going back to China, so you have visited your family. Just give us a little bit of background on your family, because Taishan is kind of a special place in China in a way.
No one's ever described it as special, I don't think.
Well, you did, because you said the highest number of immigrants outside of from China, like exports of
it's
talents.
got some cool stats that I found out about
Speaking
recently.
of stats, yeah, exactly. So tell us a little bit about Taishan.
So it has 900,000 people living there, and it's considered very small by
Yeah, it's a
China
village.
standards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been calling it the village because there still are a lot of embankments with old Chinese ancestral houses, and it's turned into more of a manufacturing place as well. But they do have like what we would consider a city, like so that's like Taishan, like city, and then my family is from a place called Shoibu, which is about 25 minutes in a car, and it's 10 kilometers basically.
But also for the city, because I was with you there, for the city, it's like a small Chinese city that actually does have all your typical, like there is a mall there, and
Yeah.
it's not like a shitty strip mall. It's a pretty nice mall by most standards. It's a pretty nice mall.
But it's come a long way. I came here like 8 years ago, and they did not have any of this stuff. They had like one tiny mall, and the roads that we had to take to get to the city weren't paved yet. So it
Really?
was like gravel.
Yeah.
There was no DDs around. We had to get the local guy who owned a big van
Yeah.
to take us down when he was free.
Right.
Like if he wasn't having a nap or lunch, be like, can you drive us into the city and we'll
Yeah.
give you some cash.
And if it wasn't for him, you just like...
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to go. So this
Damn.
was pretty bonkers this time to be able to use your phone to order cabs around, and drivers will take you to another mall. There's another mall now.
Yeah.
And for the first time ever, they have hotels. They did not have hotels last time. And I was like, I got to see what this is all about. So because the house that we were staying in couldn't fit us all, and also my family would be weirded out if we was to stay in the same room. So I was
Sure.
like, okay, we'll get a hotel. And it was not what I expected.
Right. What was the hotel like?
I don't think it should be called a hotel.
Actually, I'm also asking you like I wasn't there. So I'm doing like a very much like a radio host thing. It's like, what is it like when you know the answer?
Yes.
I know the answer because I was in the same hotel.
Yeah, we went to it was
Yeah.
pretty funny. It was a family affair. As soon as we arrived,
Hilarious. Absolutely like at least it's your family. I am a complete stranger to these people. We're arriving at midnight, and they had booked the one hotel for us, which is nice.
well, they didn't quite. They hadn't paid for it yet. So we all
Yeah.
rocked up at the hotel. So you, me, my sister, my cousin and her partner came to grab us from the bus station
Sure.
from Guangzhou to
Yeah.
Taishan. We got off the bus. They were there, took us to the hotel where approximately 150 family members were waiting.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
And they helped us check in.
Yeah.
And there was a few options, a few issues where they said we don't have a room with the bed size that you'd like, but we do have a room where you can push the two beds together and basically have a king bed. And I was like, okay, that's fine. We can just push the beds together. And then the whole family were like, can we look at the room? And so we all
Yep, it gets
piled
worse.
in to the elevator.
So like step back a bit. Like your sister had her own room.
She had a room at my aunt's house.
Yeah. No, but she stayed
Oh.
at the hotel the first night, I believe.
No,
like in a
she
different
didn't.
floor or something.
No, she went back.
all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stayed with them. Yeah.
I'm thinking of Shanghai. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we had that hotel. The sister staying with the family, and then we go up there. First of all, just from a Hong Kong point of view, gigantic room.
It's a house of a room.
Yeah, it's so big. Just like unnecessarily big, because there's like a bit of like 40 square meter of space between the bed and the window when there's basically nothing, which is kind of nice. But like just for Hong Kong, because I've been here for so long, for Hong Kong, like anything that is that size is just extravagant. I'm like, you can fit 3 helpers here. 3 helper rooms here, because notoriously the helper rooms are very small. It's a very Hong
yes.
Kong joke that you wouldn't
Okay.
get. But yeah, you can fit 3 helper rooms here.
Yeah.
So anyway, but then 2 queen beds, I guess, like separate, like it's a twin room, right?
Yeah, they're pretty big, at least like a double size.
Yeah, and then so we walk into the room with your 150 family members, your mother, your sister, your
Yeah.
auntie, her husband, and the 2
yeah.
people who picked us
Yes.
up, and then 100 randos.
yeah, and the 2 women working at the desk.
Oh yeah,
Came as well.
So and the room was that big that it fit everybody
Yeah,
comfortably.
true. And so my uncle starts saying, we'll help you push the bed. And he just starts pushing the bed. And we're like, no, it's fine.
That's when I put my, like in the beginning, you know, I'm a foreigner, like my Mandarin is okay, so I was like speaking to them in Mandarin, they're correcting me, it was all cute, but I was being very polite, obviously, just first time meeting this family. That's the only time I went, absolutely not. I just stood between the two beds and I'm like, no need to do that. You can all leave now. Thank you very much.
I was surprised by that because I thought you could understand culturally from having probably Middle Eastern family members always in your business. So I was really surprised, but you're like, no, stop. This is too much.
I think it was too much. I think I understood the culture part of having the family in your business. That I get.
Yeah.
But no family ever would do that. It was like, we'll help you push the beds together. That's a little... It's like, it's okay. We're also fine to sleep on the separate beds.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Is that the part that creeps you out the most? Is that they were like trying to enable your haram activities?
Well, yeah. I mean, it just like... I think it could have been maybe okay like a few days later. It's just the fact that I had just met these people.
So it's more that you don't want them going out of their way so much for you.
No, it's just like the activity that they're going out their way for is very weird.
Okay.
Yeah, like
All right,
if they had offered
both.
to carry my suitcase, I would have been like, okay, they're being polite,
Sure.
whatever.
So it's both the first time meeting and a little creepy.
Yeah, it's a little creepy. It's like,
Just wanted to spell it
we
out.
will make sure that it's like, all right, you don't need to make sure of anything. But it's very cultural thing. Yeah. It's quite funny. Like
we'll
that
make
we
sure
that
you
in
have
common.
close contact while you sleep.
Yeah, but when was the last time you were in that village?
I was 21. So, yeah, it's been nearly 10 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
And one other thing that I forgot also, even having lived in China for very long, is that in places like Taishan, people smoke everywhere. And they still smoke everywhere.
Yeah, I don't even remember it being so bad when I went because all the men in my family basically smoke, like the older generation. And I guess they keep their houses quite clean. But when in the hotel that's a smoking hotel, it was seeping out of everywhere. It was coming out of the walls. And the first thing I noticed was the toilet seat was burnt. Charred by someone trying to put out a cigarette, I guess.
Yeah.
And so you're trying
that morning cigarette is... so
yeah.
good.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. So we walk into the room, and that was actually the first thing that we all noticed was that it reeked. And there were a lot of bugs, a lot of random roachy-looking things that kept popping up everywhere. KTV.
So the hotel, to give a little bit of background, the hotel is also a KTV/brothel. Like a little, you might not understand that as a woman, but like looking at a spa sign with a bunch of hostesses.
Yeah, it had a spa and KTV.
That's a brothel.
And some beer ads.
Yeah, correct. So, that is a literal brothel. Yes, exactly.
Okay,
So-
great. I stayed at a KTV brothel hotel.
That is, and there is so many of them around China because you can actually get, I don't think that this hotel is the same, but you can get other hotels when the KTV has like a girl service. When you can just like go and like see a lineup and pick a couple of them and you party with them.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So I did not know it was a KTV hotel at all because there was a KTV sign like next door. But turns out they're for the same place. Like the two stairways adjoin and you have a 5-level hotel where the 3rd level is for KTV. Like that's fucked. Why would you put the KTV right in the middle, sandwiched between the people who are trying to sleep?
Yeah.
Like put it on the top level, I would understand, or in the basement. But that is just like whose business idea?
Yeah. Well, someone who is trying to like make the most out of it because the hotel is not the Four Seasons. The hotel is not the main thing. The hotel is for people who are partying, who drink too much or, have a deal with the lady and then just go
no
next
one
door.
told me that. Yeah.
Well,
it does.
I could have told you that, but I'm like, let's see. Because I have lived in China enough to know that like, so you didn't even know like the spa sign and the photo of like the ladies outside like wearing like air hostess kind of like attire. Yeah,
I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah, this spa is basically like that is the proper brothel. And then the KTV, I think it's a regular one, but then people can like, hook up and go next door or whatever.
Oh, okay.
That's where we were.
Great. Yeah. So there's like an off-menu item like where you can just go like I would love to know at what point do you start singing and then be like, I want that service?
Well, first of all, if there is a woman involved, like a guest woman, like if you and I and your sister go, we're not seeing that menu. No one's offering it to us. Even if we ask, they're just going to play dumb.
Sure.
So it's only for groups of guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same thing if you go into like a massage place. We actually walked into one in Shanghai. When they just freaked out because we were looking for...
We've never had legitimate customers before.
Correct.
What do we do?
We were looking for legitimate massage, but then it's the two women and me, and you're
Yeah.
like, and then you just like, because there is a woman in very sexy cheapao came out. I'm like, I don't think you're ready to give someone a regular massage.
Yes, I see.
And that's the same thing. And then also to deter people like us, the menu is so overpriced because they have to have a legitimate menu still.
Yeah.
Which is why the foot massage costs us like $200.
I see.
It's just insane. It's like
Yeah.
1,200 RMB for a foot massage.
Gotcha. Now it makes sense because I kept asking you, why is it that only men sing karaoke here?
Yeah, that's why.
Like, it's always male voices
Yeah.
up until like 7 a.m. Shut up.
This is all the China experience coming out now. All the stories and everything I've seen there. So yeah, I can look at a KTV room from far away and be like, yep, that's shady.
Yeah.
But even that one we walked into in Shanghai, I was 50-50 about it, but I also wanted you guys to see what it's like inside if it's the other one.
Yeah.
Just to experience
Yeah.
it.
The last time I went to China, we stayed with my second aunt, and her house was next to a little village area where I'd brush my teeth and I'd look out the window each day, and there'd always be a group of women there looking at their phones. And I was like, are they looking for a Wi-Fi signal out here? I don't know why. They always hang out there. And I think it took me a month for it to click that they were all sex workers waiting for clients. And then Anna, my sister, went to go back and visit just that area, and they don't live there anymore. And she was like, look at this, the whorehouse has bought it up. And I was like, I actually got really sad. I was like,
yeah.
like nostalgia. Of
That's
like,
okay because they all probably came to Hong Kong for better pay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have actually seen them yourself on Temple Street. I showed them to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, that's good. A wholesome little ending. Cause
I mean, wholesome is a stretch for sure. For anyone who lives there, these people are literally run by triads. Like
Oh,
the whole
fuck.
thing.
Okay, never mind.
There is a legal prostitution situation in Hong Kong where Harry Harrison, a former guest on the podcast, he's the cartoonist for the SCMP.
Yeah.
So his office, which I visited, is here in Central. And it's a very interesting office because it's him and another like nerdy looking dude, like literally drawing sketches. It's a very like artsy office. And every other room in the building is a legal brothel. And him. It's fascinating. He's a big white dude. And there's just like a lot of prostitutes. And he talked about it on the podcast too. It's like, in the beginning they thought like he's a frequent customer until they realized he just
It's probably
is
just cheap rent. There must be something good for you there.
I
Yeah.
honestly don't even remember. You guys can go back and listen, find Harry's episode. One of our best actually. Harry's a fantastic guy. But I did visit him and I just like walked around the corridor and it's full on like I think you see signs that says like English service and then the lights mean different things and stuff like that. And you can actually just knock and haggle with them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, when I visited him, I was just like very curious, but I was also, I'm not going to lie, I was scared.
You
Because
were
I've-
scared.
Well, yeah, because I've never been in like this kind of places. I didn't know what's the etiquette. You do the wrong thing and you get whacked. I don't want to. Yeah. But going back to Temple Street, that's illegal.
Oh, okay,
So the
right,
part
right.
that the Harry Harrison building, sorry Harry, I'm calling it that, where he is in Central, that's a legal thing where you can go and like money for service. The Temple Street ones are pretending to be massage basically. So you will never really have a proper like exchange, like a open face exchange when you're like, oh, you do this and I pay you this much. They always be like, oh, come upstairs for massage.
I see.
And
Because I
that's
don't know much
triads.
about the laws around us
Yeah.
in this new country. I just know that I went for a massage one time back home and I got a neck massage in a shopping center and someone came out in clear platform shoes speaking Mandarin saying I'm going to go take a shower. I'm like, what's going on? Like, what? but why? Like, you're just doing neck massages.
Yeah.
I'm confused. So yeah, my innocence has been lost now on this trip.
There was a story also from like a month or so ago of a guy. Suddenly, again, classic Hong Kong news. All we know is a viral video of a guy who is completely naked except for like a towel around his waist, has the letters on his chest in Chinese that says something along the lines of "got a prostitute, couldn't afford to pay." And the story here is that this guy went to a place around Temple Street, the illegal ones, somehow fucked up the pay. Maybe he thought he can get away with whatever. He tried to scam the thing, or he legitimately forgot the money. Poor guy, in a way. The triads, of course, didn't let him leave. They stole everything he had, including his clothes and his phone. Wrote on his body, got a prostitute, couldn't pay. Filmed him with his face and everything. And the video basically is him on the corner of the busy street, and the man saying in Cantonese, "Go run to where you see the most people. If you turn back, I'll beat the shit out of you." And that's the video.
If you were that guy, you'd have to leave the country.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would leave.
You'd have to start a new life.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just go to a place where it's okay. This is not like international news, right? So if
Yes,
you just move
yes.
to like another country, he would be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. But that's so scary.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty
who's
terrifying.
releasing the video? Do they like...
That's riots for sure. Like,
Yeah.
they just want to, blast him, right? Like put him on
But
blast.
they just put the on an anonymous account pretending to be like, hey, look what I just found on the internet. Like,
Those guys are more no, I wouldn't say organized. What's the right word? They're more
brazen.
Brazen. That's the
Okay.
word. Yeah, they're more brazen than that. It was just like the guy himself would be like,
Okay.
yeah, share.
Look
share.
what I did last night
Exactly.
to some poor dude.
Yeah. Share and
Upload.
subscribe.
Okay, yeah, share, like, and
Exactly.
subscribe.
And he would have his friends because he wants to make sure that it goes on blast, right?
Yeah.
So he would have his friends share it and stuff.
It's not
And of
just
course-
like share, like, and subscribe. It's like gun to head. Share, like, and subscribe, motherfucker.
Exactly. So that's our crime, basically.
Cool. I
Guy who
just gotta-
couldn't pay for a prosy.
Yeah, quick crime rundown. You also told me about something wild that happened. This is okay. Back in the village,
Yeah.
back in Taishan, Anna and my mum wanted to go to
Anna's your sister.
yeah, Haidelao. They kept going on about this is like top of their list. We're gonna go hot pot and get our
Yeah.
nails done. And so she was doing research because she loves to research, and she's been way too organized on this trip. But she found out she was on the Wikipedia page for Haidelao, and she. Basically verified something you told us, which is every now and then there's some scandal where the billboards fuck up and
Yeah.
show porn. And
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, what? Like, what? Like, this is not something I'm familiar with.
Love it. Yeah.
And Haidelao had a scandal as well. So
Yeah,
tell me about that.
Well, throughout my time in China, maybe every 2 years, there's always a story of a billboard, because I think they're kind of old school when they run like, it's basically an HDMI situation where it's someone's computer and then the billboards run with like someone's video player and it just goes on repeat on the billboard or whatever you want to show. Which means sometimes if you fuck that up, you show your own screen or
Yeah.
sometimes your own desktop. So the innocent situation sometimes is that you see someone who's like, the video player stopped playing and you suddenly see someone's desktop. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
You see like the Windows desktop with like the
Yeah,
icons
yes.
in like a gigantic square in like a city in China.
Yeah, usually I don't even see anyone's desktop though. Like back home, it's just you need to install an update, and it's like a huge real estate ad or something,
Yeah.
and it's like Windows 97 needs
Exactly.
an update.
So this is kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's kind of cute.
Yeah.
So what happens is that sometimes whoever does that is also watching porn, because I don't blame them. If their job is to extend their screen and play some fucking, whatever Haidelao ad, and then, man has gotta kill time, So what are you gonna do? So yeah, and then every now and then there is the fuck up.
Yeah.
Where that is blasted on the screen, and then people take videos and laugh, and then the guy gets whacked.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Haidelao one played throughout a restaurant with
Correct.
like family trying to enjoy a hot pot.
Which, being an avid hater of hot pot, this is probably
The best thing to have at a hot pot.
The best thing to have, the most exciting part
Yeah.
about any
5
hot pot.
stars,
Yes.
pianos started playing through the restaurant.
Yes.
Like-
You're like, oh, finally this meal is actually interesting. There is some flavor to it.
Yeah, nice. You also told me that people go back to visit scenes of the crime. Like if people have had sex tapes released from like change rooms, like it suddenly makes that shop very popular.
Yes, so we have had that in China years ago. Old China hands will know the story. Uniqlo in Beijing. So in Beijing, there is the clubbing area is called Sanlitun. It's just like the big party area. And in Sanlitun, they have a big Uniqlo. It's like 2 or 3 story. What happened is that, however many years ago, 2014, 15, whatever it is, a couple decided, there is actually conspiracies about it too, but the story is a couple decided to go into the change room in Uniqlo and film themselves bang, right? And then put it on WeChat. And WeChat is just Weibo or whatever. All of these platforms just like, it goes like wildfire. It's so quick. There's just sheer number of people in China online. And at the time as well, WeChat moments were just picking up. It's just like there's no way to stop it. And it was like the cat and mouse game with the censors. Because it's a sex video, they tried to take it down. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
So it just made it to all of our phones, right? Which is amazing because the critique of the video and stuff was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like all the bloggers like, oh yeah, this guy's not even like good at it. And she, because the video is interesting because he's like, sorry to be graphic, like he was like behind her, but she is the one holding the phone. Actually, it might have been him, but both of them are looking at the mirror. Clearly they're filming it. Like they're not like, it's not a secret video.
Yeah.
He's not secretly filming her. It's both of them like, oh, look, whatever.
Yes.
Now, we don't know how the video got online, if it's them, if someone took their phone, whatever.
Yeah.
But then that's where the story I was telling you is like, that made this Uniqlo so popular that now, at the time, the conspiracy was, oh, that's a Uniqlo inside job.
Oh, like guerrilla marketing.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. But then you also can't, if you get that viral in China for something like this, the couple themselves can't get away with it. So if I'm a betting man, these people are still in prison.
But if they didn't leak it, they could probably be off the hook in a fair
Not in China.
court of law.
Not in China. No. You think you can have a sex video in China go that viral and be like, oh, sorry, it wasn't us.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't matter.
No, I mean, like, not that, well, if they didn't say, like, let's say their phones were legitimately stolen, then it becomes it's private property, as in like Uniqlo is
I'm going to stop you right here.
It's a business. Like Uniqlo would be like, okay, we should reprimand these customers then, or say like, you're banned from our store, which has happened like to my friend's dad got banned from Blockbuster, the video store in Australia, for life because he didn't return DVDs, right? So then like the government doesn't need to get involved because like they did a fuck up in a store that's private.
It's so funny you're saying these words and I'm looking at your Chinese face and you're saying the most un-Chinese terms I've ever heard in my entire life. Things like private property and rule of law.
Yeah.
Those are things.
Freedoms. Of
Exactly. I'm just looking at like a Chinese face saying these things. I'm like, these things don't. There is system error happening right now. When you're like, oh yeah, in a court of law. I'm like, I'm gonna stop you right here.
all right, hang them. That's all right. Does that make more sense?
If I'm betting, I actually think they're still in prison. They're like a young couple, or maybe they got 10 years, whatever they got. So that's a story. And then literally after that, there was lines outside the Uniqlo. And I'm like, fuck, that was genius. And they had to install a security man. I don't know if they still there, probably are, on that dressing room.
Amazing.
Because it became a tourist attraction.
Yeah, they should enshrine it. That is really good for marketing. In fact, I think if I was Uniqlo, I would be working with it and putting a little bit of innuendo in the ads,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the ad agency should definitely.
If they were, with it and wanted to be hip and down with it.
But then again, not in China. They're not going to be like, oh, remember this thing? Nudge, nudge. Everyone's like, because, we've said a lot of crazy shit on this podcast. This is going to be one of them. China is very good at like making sure that shit didn't happen. So our buddy, not going to mention who, someone went to perform recently in China, a stand-up comedy, and he submitted a script and all of that. But one of the funniest notes that he got back on his script was, hey, because he had a joke, it's not about COVID. He mentioned he got married during COVID. And the censor sent back his script going, it's fine. However, you don't need to say COVID. You just say during the time we were all home. And that's also, that's a very systematic thing of like, oh yeah, on this day, nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's like, if Uniqlo goes, oh yeah, let's make a wink, wink, nudge, nudge, it's like whoever is in charge of like, about what? Nothing happened.
Yes. Yeah.
What are you talking about? They're like, oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
The changing room that does not exist and shall not be named.
It's actually the changing room. If it was number 23, now it's number 22 and then 24.
Yeah.
The changing room was never there. So being here in Hong Kong for you have never lived abroad.
Yeah, true. I've done a lot of traveling. I think I've spent in total years of my life on the road and internationally. but to stay in a place for longer, I think the longest time I've stayed in one place overseas was Madrid for like over a month. So yeah, that's a very different experience to being in a place where I can actually speak a bit of the language. So it's been good to, I think just being surrounded by the sounds helps a lot. And I think the first few days of being in Shanghai, my brain was like subconsciously trying to wrap itself around the pronunciation of words, and like things were coming back to me, like characters, and being like reading stuff, and lessons I've had in the past that have just been like have disappeared from my like short-term memory, but are still deep within me. So I feel like that's where it starts. You start picking up the language again very quickly. And even being here, there's nowhere else in the world where you can be exposed to that much Cantonese. So I think because I've given up on learning Mandarin, this is like the one last shot I have at being any kind of bilingual.
But going back to Taishan, you guys speak Taishanese there.
Yeah, which everyone thinks is a made-up language.
It
even when they
sounds made
say,
up. As obviously I live here, I don't understand Cantonese, but I can identify it, and I can understand decent amount of Mandarin. Taishanese sounds like neither. It sounds like it's completely its own thing.
Correct.
Where is it coming? I know it's from that village, but like, what, do you know the origins? Like,
what do you mean?
like, you know how like Uyghur language has like Turkish roots, for example.
Yeah.
Like, do you know where the Taishanese, like, any history to?
Well, I actually think it's like the other way around, where these small languages developed into Cantonese rather than like the other way. And I think now I understand the benefit of having one common language that is somewhat decided upon or mandated, because all these like little towns like needed to talk to each other, and we were given shit for having a redneck accent from the people in the city. So we'd go shopping and they're like, what's wrong with your voice? And that's
so
because
funny.
we're 10 kilometers south of where the city is and they can't understand us. And so they would laugh at us in the shops. And
see, this is quite, I find this fascinating because this is actually all over the world too. Like, Indians are famous for that. They have 7,000 languages plus, and they're notorious for like giving each other shit for having a slightly different.
Yeah.
And it's like, you live across the street. Actually, some Indian comic literally had a joke about that. It's like how you think you're better than your neighbor who lives across the street because you speak different from him.
Yeah.
And it's like you're both in the same shitty place.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, you know, Cantonese unites all of the Guangdong province. But the language itself, like everyone, it's not that well known. So when that little amount of people speak it, like when I say I speak a Chinese dialect, everyone's always asking like, is it Jeju? Is it this or that? Is it Hokkien? And I'm like, it's not that. And so...
Yeah, when you told me the first time, not only that I never heard the word Taishan, but I also didn't know they have their own dialect, their own language, really.
And there'll be, thousands of places like this as well.
So
I'm trying to
many.
put just this one on the map. And at least it's got a few stats which we forgot to finish talking about, which is like the majority of Chinese migrants who move elsewhere in the world are from Taishan. So like pulls its weight like in terms of...
But that's probably not a great thing that the city, like, because Egypt is kind of like that when it has
everyone's
such
escaped.
Exactly. Yeah. Lebanon, here's a shocking stat. Lebanon is about 3 million people in the country, about 10 million outside of...
Wow.
Yeah, like most of Lebanese...
If they all decided to go home, the country would explode.
Correct. Yeah, most Lebanese don't live in Lebanon.
Yeah.
By like a big majority.
Yes.
Yeah, which is just nuts.
But also if you leave, you're given the chance to have kids, and then like your family would grow exponentially and stuff. So that makes sense.
Yeah. But there's a lot of like half Lebanese, like Shakira is half Lebanese. Just
I only found out the other day.
Yeah. But there is a lot of like half Lebanese. In fact, in South America, there is so many like half Lebanese people or like second or third generation that they're now like up in like political.
Yeah.
Like, I believe the president of, I don't want to fuck up the country, probably Bolivia or somewhere there, is like a Lebanese migrant basically. Or immigrant rather, or a son of one. This is like, they just like become part of the...
I think they're particularly proud of this stat in Taishan because it's associated with the gold rush. So a lot of them got out because they went to make their own fortunes and like work hard and like give it a shot. And then because they earned that money, they could stay in these other places like America, Canada and Australia. So I think it's something that isn't like, they hated the place and they all fled. It was like, they went to seek adventures and fortunes and stuff, and it worked.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of the celebrities you see in Hollywood who are Chinese are actually from there as well, which I didn't know. Yeah.
When we were planning this trip for you, you had made a point to make sure that you run a workshop for the comics here, especially for the female comics and the gender neutral,
Gender diverse.
gender diverse. That one. Yeah. Sorry, correct the
Yeah.
old man here.
Yeah.
Gender diverse people. Why did you insist on doing that?
The first time I came to Hong Kong, I think I was really surprised at why there's only one woman on a lineup. That's something that was probably common 5 to 10 years ago in Australia. And everyone was very polished and professional, but there's only one professional woman who's permanently here. So I was wondering what's happening at the open mics. So I went to a Cantonese one, and then like the Aftermath one, and I saw that even there also representation was low too. So I'm like, what's happening? Are people afraid to give it a go? Are they too busy? Is it there's no women running shows really, right? There's like one group. Yeah. So I think it comes from the top. And I asked you this question too, like why you're not booking more women. And what did you say?
I just said it's not about women. It's just I'm running a meritocracy. I like to think it's just like whoever meets a certain standard threshold gets booked, and this is why there's one person who is passing that standard. And I also said I am desperate to have more, but I also have standards that I'm not willing to lower for man or a woman or for anybody. Like there are friends, and I'm not saying this as a secret, I have good friends in the scene who I would love to book, but they're not meeting. Like they're actually closer to me than a lot of people on the lineup. But I am running a business. And that's where it comes down to. It's like if you are good to meet that standard, you get booked. If you're not, you don't.
Yeah. And then I asked about time spent fostering the next generation.
Right. And that's where I went. That's not my job, because I stand by that. It's not. I can't actually, like, ideally I would like to also have like some sort of, but if that's the case, I would run an open mic, but I'm too busy to do that.
Yes.
And I don't have any capacity to do it. I don't have my own room that I can do whatever I want with. I rent the venue. Again, not a secret. I work in one of the nicest buildings in all of Hong Kong, and I rent and I pay premium price for that venue. So where I'm like, someone else can do the open mic. That's not my job. My job is to run a show and make it as good as possible.
And that's where I thought, what can I do in my circle of control? And in the past, I've run a lot of workshops, and anyone can like get a group together if you're interested in sharing your skills. So it's pretty common to, if you have an area of expertise, that you just start ticketing a weekend, and you get. I've met some of the best friends I have in comedy through doing intensives like that. So through clowning, bouffant, storytelling, and it's always someone different running it, and it's never like we don't have a monopoly on like who does the classes and stuff in Melbourne. So I think it's really fun to just see what comes out of it, because some people might never have tried comedy ever, and then the goal is just to have fun for a few hours, and then some are probably going to want to work on some material. So if I can get a few people to start thinking about how to improve their comedy, and then give them the chance of being booked in the future, then that's better than them feeling like they're locked out because they're like, what else can I be doing to try to get booked? Because I know the frustration.
Yeah, well, this is going to be a very radio-like question, but like, what can people expect if they want to sign up to the, like, what is actually going to happen? Like, what's the program like in your head, at least?
Yeah, so we've got like 4 hours together. So the first things I like to do are just make people feel comfortable in the room and with the people that they're going to be hanging out with, because I know, especially with stand-up, it's such a personal thing that you're sharing with people publicly. So you want to make it feel like it's deeply you and deeply vulnerable, but at the same time, like it's not, because you've curated the things that you want to talk about. So yeah, games, trying to get looser, be in your body. I really like getting up and moving around, and doing things where you're not afraid to embarrass yourself, I think. So that's like the foundation of getting up on stage. Because,
that is true, yeah.
Yeah, and not being afraid to fail. And that takes a long time to sink in, that it's all just testing and seeing what works and repetitive testing. Like that's why we have open mics and gigs.
Sure.
And I think the fear of bombing is probably the biggest deterrent for people to try stand up, because if they do it once and it doesn't go well, then they never want to try again. So one of the sayings is that people think that, which I think is true, like when you start, you're either hooked on it or you never want to do it again. So if we can get more people towards the, wow, that was great, what a rush, like I want to do that more. So I think the focus is going to be on fun, and then there's probably going to be some exercises with writing and then some performance at the end as well. Like if people have already done comedy, they can, you know, come up with some stuff that's new or old, and we just have a watch and give some feedback. So I think that will be a nice gentle way in, where it's like take it at your own level.
That's great. That sounds very exciting, and I genuinely hope, whether you are comedy enthusiast, an open micer, or someone who is just want to get your act to the next level, or none of the above, and you are not interested in stand-up, but you just want to be more comfortable in a public speaking setting, or just want to do something fun, as the organizer who's not going to be there is just going to be you and women. So you just
I might need some help setting up the room.
I can set up the room, but like the point is that as you know, the producer of that, the organizer, I have to say that all the money that we're getting is going to the bar. So we're actually, neither you or me are making any money.
Yeah, there's gonna be
just
some
like because the bar, the Aftermath, who's our friend, are very generously opening the door at 11 a.m. That they don't operate at that time. So we're just there will be a drink included. I'm not trying to sell that. I'm just saying what it is. There will be a drink included, but also the rest of all 100% of your ticket, which is only $100. It's going to include a drink, and the rest of it is going straight to the bar. Yeah.
So full disclosure, I'm not getting paid.
Exactly. You're not getting paid for this. I'm not getting paid for this. I genuinely hope that people do show up, because as one of the few bookers in the city, we are desperate to have more diversity on the lineup. But at the same time, I'm not willing to, compromise the quality of the shows that I have. I just want people to be good so we can run better shows. Yeah.
And you can't fix it in one session, but if I'm here more often and there's demand for it, you can run regular.
Sure. Yeah. And our buddies, Garen and Tambi, do one every few months as well. It's a more general, like yours is for women, gender diverse.
You'll get there in the end.
Yeah.
Keep trying.
Exactly. Yeah, keep trying. I have to read it every time I'm saying it.
Well, yeah, you'd really struggle with LGBTQIA+.
All right, I'm not even going to bother. But one last thing, you also have, because it's probably the couple of weeks before your big headliner show, towards the end of your stay, that's going to be on Australia Day. So very quickly, what is Australia Day about as a non-Australian?
It's a controversial day, but it's a day that made sense, where I'm here for a whole month. I'm like, well, if I have to choose any day of significance, I'm Chinese Australian. So 26th of Jan. It is our national day. And recently people have wanted to change the date as well. So full acknowledgement of that as well, because it...
I can hear our buddy Andy already from here going like, don't fucking touch my day.
I like barbecues and beaches on that day.
Yeah.
But it celebrates the day that Australia was colonized.
Right.
Yeah. In
I see now.
1788.
Sure.
I think. Yeah.
So when the Brits basically sent their prisoners to Australia, or is
they were like, we discovered this country. There was just
so that's before they sent the prisoners.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So they found it first.
Yes.
And there were obviously the Aboriginals like, nah, that's ours now.
What?
No, so they were Aboriginals, obviously. They were living there,
yes,
right?
they were living there.
And then the Brits are like, no, we found it.
Yeah,
so
we found it, so it's ours.
Sure.
Yeah. So
it's a common story like America, like a lot of places.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, but it's also taken on other meetings as well, like Reconciliation Day, where, you spend time reflecting on it and trying to like understand other people's perspectives, which is more collaborative, I suppose. So like the last 2 years on that day, I've been a guest speaker, like a keynote speaker at a council event where they have a Indigenous smoking ceremony. Like you watch the sunrise, you listen to people.
Smoking ceremony sounds something
That was what was happening at the KTV hotel.
Exactly. That is actually one of the things on the secret item, on the secret menu, is smoking ceremony in the elevator.
In the elevator, yeah.
Under the foreigner's room.
Yeah, so there's a lot of events across Australia on that day that are definitely acknowledging like the tragedies that have happened and how do we move forward, but we don't have a solution that's passed through Parliament yet, because every time we vote on anything, like we had The Voice recently, people are too racist to make a change.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so how is that? Oh, let's bring it back to your show.
So anyway, that's just about when it's happening, but the show itself is going to be the highlights from the last stand-up show that I wrote, but also the new stuff that's coming, because we're preparing for Melbourne International Comedy Festival.
Right.
So I'll have 30 minutes and some opening acts, and confirmed Ben Quinlan, another
We don't need to
Australian.
mention the opening acts now because they are subject to change.
Okay, subject to change. But it'd be great to have another Aussie on.
Ben is opening. Yeah.
Okay,
so Ben,
cool.
we can mention that Ben Quinn is going to be on the show. But either way, we're very excited for that. So tickets for your headliner show, 26th of August. January.
Where am I?
We're recording too early.
Yeah.
I don't record that early usually. 26th of January, Friday, Australia Day. Tickets are in the description down there. Thank you so much, Annie, for joining me on the special edition of Ho Ho Hong Kong. We will see you guys at the shows, backstage shows. Coming up, we have Showcase 19th of January with a bunch of people, link in the description as well as, and then we have Hong Kong as Fuck, biggest comedy panel show in Hong Kong. Actually, both Annie and I are gonna be panelists this time, as well as Kari Gunnarsson and of course the fabulous creator host Garen Chewy. That's gonna be really fun too. That's the day after your headliner, 27th of January, and you can come to both. And if you do come to both, I will buy you a drink. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.
Awesome. Bye.